Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be showing you how I clean my makeup brushes. But before we get to that, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and also share with a friend. And if you are new, welcome. Hope everybody's having a nice day. So I only use two things: water, dish detergent. That's it. And let's get straight to the next clip of the video. Let me show you how I do it. Okay, first things first, we have some hot water, and I already placed this detergent in there, and I just like to place my sponges and stuff in the water and just swirl it around. And as I'm swirling around, I like to just keep squeezing out the products. And as you can see, the water is changing colors. Do the same with my Triangel Puffs. And as you can see, these get pretty cleaned quick, but you want to just keep doing that. Just like that. So these two are pretty much done. And I'm just setting them to the side because I'm going to rinse everything all at once in just a few minutes once everything is done. And as you can see, my sponge is getting pretty clean without me having to do a lot of work. And any dish detergent will work. I just use what is here in the UAE. You can also use foam soap, a bar soap. And this is what this sponge looks like. This is a Tarte sponge. And it's pretty done, and I'm again rinse everything in a few minutes. Okay, and for the brushes, I just did the same thing, but I dumped the other water out. And with my bigger brushes, I do one at a time. This is my foundation brush. I just like to place it in the water, not all the way down, but just enough, and kind of swirl it around a little bit. Okay, then I put a little bit of dish detergent in my hand, and I just swish back and forth, and then kind of like squeezing some of that out. And don't worry, the soap at the bottom eventually will get used. And you see the difference that already makes. You just want to keep doing it so that you can know that it's nice and clean. And again, everything will be rinsed all at once. This is my powder brush. Do the same thing. Just swish it around a little bit. Now with this brush, it's a little easier to clean because I only use it for powder. A little too much, but that's okay. And also still swish it around. And since it is a powder brush, you want to make sure that you get really in the inside to make sure that you're getting all that foundation out. And as you can see, nice and clean. So now I'm just going to keep bringing everything out. This is a contour brush, and I use it for my contour as well as my blush. It's just for my bigger brushes. I don't like to wash them all at once because they are bigger. And you can see just by dipping this in there, it already got some of that product off. You just want to swish it around on your hands really good. And this brush, I only used it today, so that's why this one is pretty much easier to clean than the other ones. Okay, This is a blending brush, but I like to use it for foundation. But you can use it for blending out your foundation, your concealer. But I just used it for my foundation. I used it for my concealer too, now that I think about it. And when I'm pressing down, I'm putting some pressure in so that, you know, everything comes up, but not a lot of pressure to the point that I'm feeling like I'm about to break my brush. And you always want to kind of keep your brush pointed down. I angle it this way so that you guys can see, but for the most part, I like to keep it pointed down. So, and now to the foundation brush. This one is a little harder. I mainly use this brushes if I'm doing a mask, but I've recently just started back using for my foundation. Hands down, one of my favorites. This is the Makeup Forever brush. And then I have a soft accent brush, what I like to use for concealer, bronzer, and sometimes blush. Now my eyeshadow brushes. These ones, I know you can't tell what they were used for. I mainly use them for like darker shades. Sometimes I may go in with lighter shades, it just depends. But mainly used for like my browns. As you can see. And these will be good to use for black eyeshadows, like eyeshadows that won't be easy to come out of brushes. Black is one of the hardest colors to get out of a brush. You got the other eyeshadow brushes, as you can see, very colorful. Again, this is black eyeshadow on a brown brush. it's not impossible to come out. It's just, it takes a little more work. And patience. And as you can still see, it's still a little bit on there. You can't see on camera, but it's still a little bit on there, but not as much. And now with glitter brushes, these brushes are pretty old. I got them from Dollar Tree when I first started doing makeup. And these are the Wet n Wild brushes, but they still get the job done. I like to use these brushes to add on any glitter or when I'm doing a cut crease. I have other brushes that could do the same thing, but these are always in my reach, so I just go for these. And then I like the fact that they're flat, especially this one, but they the same brushes. They come like this, which is more thicker than this one, but I had to do some extra stuff to get it to be as flat as I want it, and I will do a separate video on that later on. And with glitter, glitter likes to linger, so just keep that in mind when cleaning your brushes, like it's some right here. And I'm actually going to take all of this off pretty soon and probably put something else on there so that it don't look as bad. This is a medium shadowing brush. I just used this today to contour my nose. And for this, I didn't have to go in with any extra soap. Again, here's another one. So when I buy brushes, especially good brushes that I like to buy a bunch of them. So if it's days like I don't want to clean all of my brushes at once, and I can go ahead and just grab another one. But you don't want to get to the point that you have too many brushes to clean, and then you get to the point that you're buying more because you don't want to clean them. This is another shadowing brush. This one is going into my liner brush. I just use this for the tear duct area when I'm trying to add glitter and stuff, and sometimes smudge out liner underneath. All of these are shadow or concealer brushes. I mean eyeliner or concealer brushes, whichever you want to use them for. Any brush that you use could be multi-use. Always keep that in mind. This one also has the black on there, but the tip of the brush is black, so it's fine. But with these, I have to do them one at a time, so